Fallout 4. Those two words that just popped on the internet about a week ago sent the fanboys screaming for joy and the fangirls orgasming. So here we go. Fallout 4 finally coming to us sometime later this year, I'm guessing. But this trailer, what is it really trying to tell us about the new game that's going to be coming out? Well, I took a glimpse at it. More than a glimpse, really. I kind of watched it about 40 times when it first came out. But that's beside the point. The point is, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little review on what I believe the trailer for Fallout 4 can show us what the game will have in store. So one of the things I found really cool about this trailer is that it gave us sort of a realistic glimpse on what the world was like before the bombs fell. In the beginning of the trailer, it transitions from the present day, which the player's going to be playing, and the past, where we see that the people of this area scrambled to get to the vault because the bombs have started to fall. And we now know, of course, if you didn't know already, is that the nuclear attacks on America and the world came very suddenly. There wasn't sort of like a countdown to it. It just suddenly happened. That's why everybody started to flock to the vaults when they did. Now, is this really probably a key factor to play into the actual game? Well, probably not. If anything, it may be a form of tutorial for the game, but in the realm of these look into the past sequences actually playing into the game, I don't think they really will a lot. Now, where's the setting gonna be? Now, if you look closely at the trailer, you can see specific landmarks spotted out throughout the trailer, such as the Paul Revere Monument statue, the Massachusetts State Building, Bunker Hill. These are all pointing towards New England and Boston in general. So, we're going to be bouncing around Massachusetts, Boston, maybe going up into New York City maybe even as far up as Maine. We don't exactly know how small or how big the map is going to be, but we do know that it's going to be in the New England area. And speaking of the New England area, if you remember from Fallout 3, that is where the Commonwealth is located. Now, the Commonwealth was described as an area that didn't really see a lot of fallout, pun intended, from the war, and therefore they became a giant technological marvel state. They have great technological wonders. They even created androids that were so similar to human beings that they even forgot they were robots. And it's easy to see that the Commonwealth actually took to the apocalypse very well. They've adapted very well. They've developed walls, made cities from baseball stadiums, and even have some form of airship. And they have Zeppelins also. So the aspect of maybe air travel could be really prevalent with the whole idea of an airship and Zeppelins and even the vertibirds. There's a sequence where we see a Brotherhood of Steel paladin, or at least somebody dressed in the Brotherhood of Steel armor, flying in a cargo like transporter vertibird. But what would Fallout be if we didn't have vaults? And the one vault that they show off in the trailer is Vault 111, Vault 111. Now, unlike the other vaults in the series, this vault is actually structured to go vertically down. Now, if you really think about it, in the New England area, there isn't really big mountains that you can just tunnel into and build a vault. So what Vault-Tec probably had to do is they had to probably drill down and then create a vault underneath an existing city. And that's probably what Vault 111 is. Once it goes down vertically, and then there's another door leading to the actual dwelling. Now, what could we speculate what's going to actually be in the surrounding areas? Well, we do see that in the trailer that there's gonna be cities, there's going to be beaches, and as well as actual apocalyptic wastelands where the bombs actually probably dropped and destroyed a majority of the area. And we actually see one of those areas with a Deathclaw prowling the area. Now, in my personal personal opinion, I think that this game is going to take place after Fallout 3. Maybe even after Fallout New Vegas. But there is some speculation floating around the internet right now that it may take place actually before Fallout 3, like it takes place very soon after the bombs fell. Now, I don't really believe this. For one, the first Fallout game, it took place like 84 years after the bombs fell, and even then they were still slowly seeing things like ghouls and super mutants and all that kind of stuff. But the real big thing that I see is the Death Claw. The Death Claws, yes, were created at the time the bombs fell to be a form of bioweapon, but they didn't truly become what they are today until the Super Mutant Master got a hold of them and furthered their mutation with the forced evolutionary virus. And it wasn't until then that they became the giant 10-foot tall pouncing, shredding killing machines that we know them of today. And also, if it took place so soon after the bombs fell, then why are there things like ghouls around? And why? And you're telling me that the people adapted this fast from when the bombs fell to create, you know, giant scientific societies? I don't think so. So whether you believe it takes place soon after the bombs fell or after Fallout 3, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, who are we gonna see in the game? Or more practically, what? Now, I already said that there's gonna be Death Claws in the game, so we're gonna have to look forward to those. Hooray! But you may also see that we're going to be dealing with ghouls, the Brotherhood of Steel, probably, I'm guessing, at least unless somebody else figured out how to don the power armor. But as we know from the past, the Brotherhood of Steel never really went up into the Commonwealth. That's another reason why I believe it takes place after Fallout 3. After the events of Fallout 3, maybe a sect of the Brotherhood of Steel that was stationed in the Capital Wasteland decided to head up to the Commonwealth. But we may also see the Enclave there as well, due to the fact that near the end of the trailer, we see one of their iBots floating by. Now, we do know that the iBots of the Enclave are known to be hacked and used for other things like Edie from New Vegas, but this iBot seemed very clean and very well maintained. So I believe that he's actually a part of the Enclave, and the Enclave is going to be our adversary once again. Now, don't get me wrong, this could really be anybody, but in this picture right here, the person standing under the streetlight really resembles the mysterious stranger from the perk of the same name. I mean, he has the hat and the trench coat, and he actually looks like the mysterious stranger. Now, is he probably just some random person we're probably gonna meet? Probably. But it's something to think about, I think. You know, we actually get to meet the mysterious stranger and find out who he is. I think that'd be pretty freaking cool. Okay, so probably the biggest thing that I got from watching this trailer is actually the dog in the trailer. Now, the past games have showed us that dog companions in the games are actually quite common and quite useful. I mean, dog's a man's best friend. And wouldn't you want something of a best friend that is loyal to you to be wandering with you in this wasteland? I certainly would. But something that is truly interesting is that this dog is a German Shepherd. Now, you guys may be thinking, well, what's so important about that? It's a German Shepherd, it's a common dog, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Well, in my point of view, it is pretty important, due to the fact that, really, German Shepherds weren't incorporated into being our companion until really New Vegas with Rex. Even though he was more of like an android robo-dog, but I think in the beginning of his life he was a German Shepherd. The point that I'm really trying to make is dog meat, both from the first Fallout game and Fallout 3. That dog is like the symbol of canine companionship in the Fallout series. And the thing is, dog meat is not a German Shepherd. Dog meat is actually an Australian cattle dog, and was meant to be an homage to the film Road Warrior, where Mel Gibson's character Mad Max travels with a Australian cattle dog and is his companion during his travels in the movie. Now, why they switched to Australian cattle dog to German Shepherd, I don't really know, and it probably doesn't really tie into anything important in the game, but I just found it weird and strange and cool. Okay, so now down to the big one. The big question is, who are we in this game? Now, we know that we're a vault dweller of Vault 111, and that we venture out into the capital wasteland, not the capital wasteland, just the wasteland in general, the Commonwealth wasteland, to seek adventure, something, I don't freaking know. But I think the real question that we should be asking ourselves is, are we human or are we actually an android? Because as we know, the Commonwealth has developed androids that don't even know they're robots themselves. So can it be possible that we ourselves are an actual android? I mean, it could be. Maybe that was Vault 111's staple, is creating a form of artificial life. We all know that the people at Vault Tech specifically design the vaults to have certain quirks in them, but what is Vault 111's quirk? I'm sorry, I'm in Fallout 3 still. We won't find out until what its quirk actually is until either another trailer comes out that hints at it, or the game actually comes out. Now, one of the big things that is at the very end of the trailer is that our character is voiced. And our character is just shown to be a male, maybe late 20s, mid 30s, and is voiced. Now, does that mean that our character in the actual game is going to be voiced? And does that mean that we won't be able to customize our character at the beginning of the game, like all the previous games have? In my opinion, no. We're still going to be able to customize our character, and we're probably going to be able to choose from a certain selection of voices. Kind of like Saints Row, how you customize your character and then chose a specific voice. Or maybe like with Mass Effect, with Commander Shepard, how whether you chose to be a male or female, a different voice was attached. But pretty much that's my thoughts on what this trailer had to tell us and why I think it's awesome. I know pretty much everyone else on the internet and YouTube has done this trailer's breakdown, but I wanted to throw in my 2 cents. So be sure to like and favorite if you've enjoyed. Subscribe, of course, if you want to see more videos like this. But I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward, and I'll see you next time.